Hi guys, and welcome to week 3 of Dark of the Sea Book Club. So here with you today again is me, Miss Peters, and Miss Ashby, and we're going to discuss today pages 58 to 69, right?
Yes.
And again, we're gonna just do our quick recap of the last 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks we met Dinesh, and he was attacked by a female, and he stole some of the female's equipment, right? He stole her sword and her pendant, and then we saw that in order to retrieve this equipment, right, or these tools or these weapons, she and some other friends of the underworld, they come to visit him, and they kidnap him and they take him underwater, because he can breathe and actually survive underwater. And he's exposed to this under the world, undersea world, a whole different world. He's now held captive and he's about to go to trial. And we're about to see what's going to happen in the trial. So we saw, so Ms. Ashby, what did you think about page 58 to 69?
Here is where now we really starting to get an understanding of the underworld, which they call Dreamtide, right? So they're introducing us into the whole, they're giving you a picture of the whole life of the undersea people, all their ways and how they look, and they give them where people on Earth, well, on Guyana, would be focused on the racial. You could feel the racial tension within the story,
Yeah.
And Dinesh touched on it because he was describing how he described the people who have Afro, but they didn't really pay much attention to it. So that's another contrast. Whereas in Guyana or in the Caribbean, it was have a very heavy racial tension. Whereas in Dreamtide, it's not so.
No.
There could be any color, any type of hair,
Yeah, there's
silver hair, black hair, whatever.
Equality. Yeah.
Is that equality, right? And like we mentioned last week, where the society is heavy, has a heavy matriarchal presence, whereas is a elderly lady is in charge.
Yes.
She's on the throne to when Dinesh is he going to trial. Is an old lady, is an elderly lady on the throne. I think they have one male sea person there.
Yes,
And,
one fair man. Yeah, fair man.
He was very angry because he thinking it's unfair that the women in charge and the women controlling everything, and the men had to stay home.
You think that's why he was angry?
I think so. I think and I think he even mentioned that he think it's unfair. He don't understand why all these women in charge and the men have to be home taking care of the children, and he thinking it's unfair.
Well, I
just now, if I could just find the part.
I think you're talking about on page 60. Yeah. I kind of got the feeling of the male acceptance of the female rule, and
I can't find it.
He was just, I think he was, how I felt is that I don't know if you're speaking about page 60, where they said, to his right sat a fair man with a pointed beard that curls out and up. Dinesh wondered if it was his nature or if he had a style of it, he had to style it that way.
Right.
Right? So then it spoke about the description of the other things, but then they came back to talk about the fair man stood, his back straight and stiff. His face seemed menacing, like it was in a permanent sour mood. The prisoner ready for trial, so it made me think that he was more like impatient. I got the feeling that it is a very feminine environment where women are in charge, and that's why they didn't have much children, because the females are so busy doing things that they didn't bear many kids. And I thought that the fair man was just ready to start the trial because these people, they want to know.
If you read a little more, it had a kind of back and forth between him and the princess on the other page, where he said she came into the room, Princess
Mm.
Bahira, said the man on the council, you just can't walk in here anytime you like. We're in the middle of an important, and she cut him off. Don't
Right.
talk to me, boomed out the new arrival. I didn't swim thousands of miles for something that wasn't important. And I didn't do it for deal with no man either. So right there you get the idea there, he's not important.
That's
And I think
important.
that is why I mean, even though he's sour because of whatever else was the case, but I think he is feeling upset, or he feeling oppressed that,
You
these
feel
women
so because
and them trying to control the thing, and why
nah,
we have
I didn't
to
get
be
that feeling at all. Because even if we
that
continue reading after you,
right.
she says, I come to the apexer, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the man somehow stiffened his spine even more. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I am talking for the apex or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Till the day she says otherwise, I
Right.
she voice. Right. And
Right.
again, I go back to the language. Why are they
Yeah.
speaking in a Guyanese twang?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they have to speak proper English, but why they
Mm-hmm.
don't have, I mean, their whole country. They
And
could.
no, but you see, this thing is right. This is what I think that they're trying to do. Even though, now remember, they're trying to show the contrast between Guyana and the underworld. So in Guyana, the people in high society, ministers wouldn't speak like that. They would speak um, standard English. Whereas these people in high society, well, and there's not even people, these creatures, they're speaking in high society, but they're using Creolese. And what Medusa explained is that the reason why they're using Creolese is because that is the language the niche. Remember, this is
Can't
Dinesh.
understand
Yeah.
with
Remember,
with the earring in his ears.
this is
The seashell
his
translator.
imagination. This is his experience, not Guyana. So it's however he would experience, and he would experience Dreamtide in Creolese. He wouldn't experience it, and because they're thinking, he have a simpler understanding, so he wouldn't experience it in standard English. So I
Yeah,
think that's the
that's
explanation why,
why.
yeah,
Okay.
why it's English.
Okay. So what do you think this mark of what's all this business about
The Dokwa, that is,
Sadukwa?
and again they bring in a lot of um, what you would call it, make believe, like how we would have
Black
our,
magic, obia.
not really Ubrea black magic, but like how we have oh my gosh, help me here with our folk tales. So I guess this is kind of like a folk tale. This is the Dokwa,
Mm-hmm.
this god, and and you know he the god coming out, and this boy from on mainland, he had a mark. How we get this mark? And
Mm-hmm.
it seems to be only important people have this mark. Where this little boy, he ain't come from nowhere. He's not anybody important.
Mm-hmm.
Yet still he have the clear sight,
Mm-hmm. He does. He
right?
does.
Yeah, he have the clear sight. How we
Mm-hmm.
get the clear sight? How we get the
Mm-hmm.
mark of the God? And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's what they're trying to figure out.
Well, we haven't
So
figured that out
yeah.
yet, but I was kind of underwhelmed by this section
Mm-hmm.
because certain things I liked, but I didn't like. I wanted him to, the author that is, to delve more into a realm of fantasy here. But
Mm-hmm.
I find that every time we about to get so just like out of this world, he
Yeah.
always brings back the comparison to our natural world, right? So
Yeah.
he always I mean,
He always compare the two.
he always compares it to, so it's not just strict fantasy. He always think,
Yeah.
and then he does something where it is he tries to give like a kind of moral standing within his stuff. So like
Yeah.
he gives you three things that I noticed so far. The people of the underworld, they have no kind of racial divide, right? Everybody
Right.
is equal.
Yeah.
Females are now equal. And
Yeah.
even the image of Medusa that we have embedded in our mind, that she's
Yeah.
evil, she's wicked, whatever.
Right.
He's trying to change that image as well. Right?
Yeah.
So it could be a good thing or a bad thing. But
Yeah.
I find that I was about to just get engrossed into fantasy, and then we still waiting for the trial to happen. You know, we still think I just, you know, these hopefully by the next section, by the end of next week, we are actually doing or in like deep fantasy, and I can actually see where the story is going, because I can't see where the story right now. I just getting a setting. I'm still getting a setting. That's all I get. I get a setting of Dinesh's entire life. Now I can actually see the underworld. I can see everything happening, but I am not into the story yet. Okay, that's a
the thing is, right, you're getting the whole fantasy, because I mean, I was fascinated by the fact as soon as he go underwater, everything totally changed. Like they could walk through walls, and they could see everything was kind of clear and see through. How they could sit on you want to sit on a table or something, and they could bring it up from the floor. You walk through the walls. You know, I thought that part of the fantasy was, you know, it was heading somewhere. But to actually get the story going, like whereas the characters and the creatures concerned, that part of the fantasy is still lacking in a sense, because when you think about Medusa, you're thinking about the lady with all the snakes in her hair and all of that, but this Medusa seems to be more childlike and docile, and you know, it kind of and you're looking for them to get a little more aggressive, and even though they're pretending, I would say pretending to be aggressive, but then they're very docile, like the big activity while they're waiting for him as storytelling. Granted that he enjoy, and this just goes to tell you, it's all about him, it's all about his imagination and all about his experience. Because I mean, he, all right, you
we
under
see it through his
you're in
eyes,
trial, right? You're in trial, and you can't leave Dreamtide, but they're allowing you to dream. They're allowing you to leave Dreamtide, and you could come back to listen to stories. I mean, really, if you get kidnapped, or you under arrest, first thing they're not letting you leave because they're thinking you're not coming back, but they're letting you come back to hear stories. Nah. That's a little too far out of the water. Nah. They could have tightened up that part a little bit concerning. He's a criminal. Let's face it. He has been back before. They don't know how he gets it. They're trying to figure that out. He's a criminal. He's a criminal. You cannot leave. But they're still trying to make it fit into the story, because they want it to be normal in Guyana, normal in Dreamtime.
That's it.
So they can't let him disappear from Guyana, because I mean, if they keep him, then too much questions will be asked. They'll want to know where he gone, how come he disappear. But I mean, and then they say the time running is parallel. So no matter how long he stay in Dreamtide, is like, and they would know when to send him back as Dreamtide. He's not in a dream. So when he goes to sleep, he goes to Dreamtide, and then when he wake back up, he come out of Dreamtide. So that's why it all kind of ties back to the fact that this is his experience. It's his dream, basically.
Okay. All right. Well, Miss Ashley, we have to see how the book develops next week. Right. So, readers, how did you feel about the last few pages 57 to 69? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure and reach out, send your messages, right? I know we're working from home, but we're still here. If you need anything, let us know, right? I will see you next week. Yeah? All right, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.